Hello, hi everyone, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing good, thriving, and progressing on your healing journey. Thank you for being here today. We are still talking about healing, and on my last video, I was talking about some of the reasons that we find ourselves having to heal. And I mentioned narcissistic abuse as one of the things that I had to heal from. That's I have experienced narcissistic abuse, and just wanted to talk a little bit about that. What is it? In the recent years, there's been a lot of information about narcissistic abuse. The knowledge has become more and more widespread, and a lot of people are gaining awareness and coming to the realization of having undergone narcissistic abuse. So narcissistic abuse is abuse that you'll experience as a result of being in close contact with someone who is experiencing narcissistic personality disorder, or has many of the criteria that are found in the DSM for narcissistic personality disorder. Some of those criteria or characteristics include the main one is a lack of empathy, an exploitative nature, grandiosity, a sense of high importance, sense of self-importance, need for admiration and validation, manipulation. They tend to be very manipulative, exploitative. So those are just some of the characteristics. And what you're going to experience mostly is their lack of empathy. And it's not always obvious or immediately noticeable, because a lot of them have what is referred to as cognitive empathy. They can mimic empathy. And also, every person is different. So they're able to have moments or periods of, being very cooperative, demonstrating what is called cognitive or mimicking empathy, but it's not going to be consistent. That's the main thing you're going to find when you're experiencing or when you're in a close relationship with a narcissist, is the lack of consistency when it comes to just interpersonal interactions. So what happens is, with a lack of empathy, they are not able to put themselves in your shoes. They're not able to empathize with you, and they are emotionally, most of them are emotionally underdeveloped. So their emotions are not developed. And so if you want to have a better understanding about this, just think about a child, and the amount of emotional development that a child has. They're dependent on their caregivers and they learn as they grow, how to process emotions and that kind of thing. So with narcissists, their emotions are underdeveloped, and so they cannot sit in a space for you. They don't know how to process their own emotions. And so when you're in a relationship with them and you're looking for that feedback, of understanding, empathy, having your feelings validated, a lot of times they're not able to do that for you, and in fact they will invalidate you and show a lack of empathy. It comes out even sometimes as cruelty. It's as though when you're hurting and you're in pain and you're looking for understanding, you're looking for compassion, you're looking to be validated, you're just looking for someone who can sit in your shoes. Sometimes they'll even make you out to be over emotional, overreacting. They'll cause you to question yourself, or you will even feel much worse than you're feeling. They'll put you in a state of feeling even lower. And so with time, with being in a long-term relationship with this type of people, you will find yourself emotionally starved, and unable to have your emotional needs met, and with time that will wear on you. Emotional abuse, you will go through emotional abuse, neglect, abandonment, verbal abuse, silent treatments. They'll withdraw from you. So it's a very tumultuous relationship, very unstable. It's like a roller coaster because there's a lot of highs and lows. Like I mentioned earlier, they do have moments where, because they're very manipulative, when they, even as they're unable to meet your emotional needs and be there for you in a relationship, they are very dependent on you to meet their emotional needs. And when you are unable to do so, they take that very personally, and they will, either they will abandon you in one form or another, emotionally, physically, and seek to have their needs met elsewhere. But at the same time, they will be angry at you for not being able to meet their needs. And so there's a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows, push, pull, and you're in a constant state of confusion, and trying to figure out how to work things out. And so eventually, after a long time in these relationships, you are going to run out of energy, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. And once that happens, you will be confused. You will have cognitive dissonance. You'll be questioning your reality. You go through a lot of You will experience a lot of fatigue because there's a lot of uncertainty. You're never sure what it's going to be like, what kind of day, week, month you're going to have. So this uncertainty puts you in a state of fight or flight, not knowing what to expect, and so your adrenal system is overworked. So you will have anxiety, you will have depression, you will have insomnia, you will have a multitude, a plethora of things not being right. You will never have a state of calm, constant state of calm. So yeah, that's narcissistic abuse, and the effects of narcissistic abuse are horrible. They are extensive, they're destructive. There's a lot of mental, even and cognitive decline that you will experience. Emotional, your emotions will be unstable. You'll be emotionally unstable. Depression, like I said, highs and lows. And you will have a lot of self-doubt, because when we're with a narcissist, they make it look like nothing you do is ever enough, and that the issues that are coming up in the relationship are all because of you. And so, because most people that are with narcissists are very empathetic people, they are people who see the best in everyone. They are people who are fixers. They want to fix things. They want to help people get better and be better. You will be constantly trying and putting in all your effort to figure out how to make things work, make the relationship work, how to fix the narcissist, how to help them with whatever challenges they're having, so that things will improve in the relationship. But it is futile, because for one, these characteristics in them have formed a pattern of behavior that is deeply ingrained in them, and so it's very difficult for them to change, because another reason is that they lack awareness. There's a lack of awareness. And so, just to go back to the abuse, by the time you are recognizing that you are in this type of relationship, you will be burnt out. You will have lost yourself. You will have gone through a lot of abuse, verbal, emotional, mental and psychological, financial abuse, neglect, abandonment, all while trying to make things work and make things better, to no avail. So yeah, that's just a bit about narcissistic abuse. Let me know your experience if you guys have been through it. I'm sure you understand everything that I've talked about. I may not have talked about the full scope of it, but that's in a nutshell what you will experience. It's very destructive to your well-being, and it will take a long time to recover for most, just depending on how long you've been in it. So thanks for watching. Give us a comment and share your experience. and like and share. Until next time, take care.